Good evening, everyone. My name is Sofía. I'm an English teacher at Connect San Jose. Today, we're going to review some of the most important topics for the next evaluation that you have soon. Okay, so let's start with the most important contents. In chapter number 1, we have the topic of healthy living. So you have to review the vocabulary for exercise, eating habits, workout, and lifestyle, okay? For grammar, we have the second conditional. In the second conditional, we talk about situations that are unlikely or unreal, okay? Situaciones que no son reales, suposiciones, okay? The form is if, past simple, would, an infinitive or base form of the verb. Okay, el verbo base. El infinitivo es el verbo base. For example, if I were you, I wouldn't do it. Si yo fuera usted, no lo haría. O podría empezar con would. I would learn Italian if I had the time. Yo aprendería italiano si tuviera el tiempo. Okay, the form in the second conditional, if, remember if significa si, okay? Past simple, would, infinitive. If I were the president, I would make everybody pay taxes, okay? So that is the formula of second conditional. Now we're going to see another important topic, that is modal verbs. Okay, in modal verbs, we have different uses. For example, can I go to the toilet? You should stop smoking, okay? If you want a healthier life, you must change your habits. These are a type of auxiliary verb, okay? They can be used with the main verb or to form a statement or a question, okay? Van acompañados de un verbo base. Can, could, must, may, should, might, okay? These are modal verbs. For example, can. Can is used for possibilities or abilities. Drinking too much alcohol can be dangerous to your health. I can speak 4 languages fluently. Puedo hablar 4 idiomas fluido, okay? Can also can work to permission and possibilities. Can I go to the toilet? Who can help me with my homework? Also, we have could. Could is used for possibility or ability in the past. Okay, una habilidad en el pasado o posibilidad. The accident could have killed you. Te pudo haber matado. When I was a child, I couldn't play soccer very well. No podía jugar fútbol muy bien. Also, we can use could for hypothesis or to make a speculation, okay? If I had time, I could spend more time with my family, okay? Podría pasar más tiempo con mi familia. In this case, he could be the victim. Él podría ser la víctima. Okay, must is used for obligation and prohibition. You must turn off your phones inside the classroom. You mustn't smoke inside this building, okay? Must is used to say we're sure about something, okay? This is another use, por ejemplo, cuando suponemos algo. You live downtown, right? Your house must be very noisy. Debe ser muy ruidosa, okay? He must be very rich. Look at his expensive car. Él debe ser rico. Mira su carro, okay? May and might are used for uncertain actions. I don't know where he is. He may or he might be in his office. The shop may or might give us a discount in the next purchase. Okay. Él podría estar en su oficina. La tienda podría darnos un descuento. Okay. We can use may to ask for permission and informal situations. May I drink some water? May I have another slice of pizza? Also, we have should. Should is used for recommendations, okay? Suggestions or recommendations. You should eat less if you want to lose weight. You should study more. Your grades are not good. Debería estudiar más. Sus notas no son buenas. Should is also to say that something is correct in a situation or refer to an uncertain prediction. The police should arrest that man soon. The price of the gas should increase in the next weeks. Okay, lo podemos traducir como debería. And would, we can use would for polite requests, cuando pedimos un favor de manera formal o cuando ofrecemos algo. Would you like a drink? ¿Le gustaría una bebida? I would rather stay in tonight. Yo preferiría quedarme esta noche. Okay, these are the modal verbs. So, now we're going to see a little bit of the future continuous. As you can see, continuous is like continuo, okay? Progressive, progresivo. Algo que va a suceder en el futuro en una manera progresiva, en un periodo de tiempo, okay? For example, we use will, and we have the form will, must be, must, present participle, or the root verb ing, okay? So the main form is sujeto, will, be, and the verb in the base form, simple verb with ing. Okay, con el verbo le agregamos ing al final. For example, at 5 o'clock, I will be meeting with the management about the race. Okay, a las 5 me voy a estar reuniendo con la gerencia por mi aumento. Michael will be running a marathon this Saturday. Eric will be competing against Michael in the race. I will be watching Michael and Eric race. Okay. Entonces, una situación del futuro, yo voy a estar viendo a Michael y Eric en la carrera. Okay. In negative sentences, we can have won't, the contraction won't, or I will not. Okay, I will not, I won't. He will not, he won't. For example, I won't be taking the exam on Saturday. Okay, so we have won't, be, and taking, ing, okay? In questions, we start with will because this works as an auxiliary. Will you be working on Sunday morning? What will you be doing at 10 p.m. tonight? Okay. Here we have some more examples. I will be playing tennis at 10 a.m. tomorrow. They won't be watching TV at 9 p.m. tonight. What will you be doing at 10 p.m. tonight? What will you be doing when I arrive? She will not be sleeping when you telephone her. We'll be having dinner when the film starts. Take your umbrella, it will be raining when you return. Okay, this is the future continuous. Now, we're going to see another content, but we're going to jump to chapter 2. In chapter 2, we have social media and social networks. Social media and social networks. And we're going to talk about apps, technology, Facebook, WhatsApp, how you communicate with your friends. Okay, we're going to see, for example, one of the topics in this chapter are intensifiers. Okay. Intensifiers are words like too, too much, too many, enough. Okay. Here we have the translation in Spanish. We have extremely, completely, absolutely, highly, rather, really, very, utterly. Okay. And at all. At all is used for negative expressions. Okay. For example, we use too, too much, and too many to say that something is more than we want, okay? Como para agregarle que es más de lo que nosotros queremos. I wish not to feel too bad. Espero no sentirme muy mal. Too bad, okay? He's got too much work to do. Él tiene demasiado trabajo que hacer. Too much work. I've always got too many things to do. Okay, too many things to do. Another example. I think this place is big enough for us. Big enough. Lo suficientemente grande para nosotros. Okay. Este lugar es lo suficientemente grande para nosotros. Okay. I've got too many things to do today. Tengo demasiadas cosas. Too many. ¿Qué hacer hoy? And also we have at all. Are there no suitable DVDs at all? Okay. No hay DVDs para nada. I'm afraid I'm not at all interested. Okay. Me temo que no estoy interesado en lo absoluto. Para nada. At all. Okay. These are the intensifiers, or the most important for you to know. And also, in the same chapter 2, we have another topic that is very important. That's comparative and superlatives. Okay. For comparatives and superlatives, we have some rules that we're going to see. For example, when we want to compare a small adjective or a short adjective like small, it only has one syllable. Una sílaba, small, smaller. We make it comparative smaller. Le agregamos ER al adjetivo, okay? Smaller, to make it comparative. Más pequeño, smaller. For example, we have a short adjective, old, becomes older. Young becomes younger. In this case, we have another rule that is consonant, vowel, consonant. Okay, cuando el adjetivo tiene consonante, vocal, consonante, le agregamos doble consonante. For example, big becomes bigger. Doble consonante más la ER. Big becomes bigger. hot becomes hotter. And when we have a short adjective ended in Y, terminan en Y, we make it with IER. Easy becomes easier. Heavy becomes heavier. Okay? When we have long adjectives, more than 2 syllables, more than 1 syllable, we have to add more. The word more. More and the long adjective. For example, exciting becomes more exciting. Beautiful becomes more beautiful. And in the regular adjectives, we have good and bad. For example, you have to memorize. Good becomes better. Bad becomes worse. Okay? And in the ontología, we have other examples like far becomes farther. Okay? We use them after the comparative. For example, in the sentence, John is taller than Mary. John es más alto que Mary. Than significa que. A Ferrari is more expensive than a Fiat. Un Ferrari es más caro que un Fiat. Okay. Here we have some examples. I'm 70. I'm 75. The woman is old. The man is older than the woman. The woman is old, but she is younger than the man. Okay? ER, older, ER, younger. The polar bear is big. The elephant is bigger than the polar bear. The polar bear is big, but it is smaller than the elephant. Okay. Yogurt is tasty, but ice cream is tastier than yogurt. Look at these sentences and how they can become comparative forms of the adjective. For example, okay, they are all comparative forms of the adjective. Now, we're going to see how we can make superlative adjectives, how we can use superlative adjectives. When something, we have, for example, a group of people, a group of things, and one thing is like the best or the most in one group. For example, cuando estamos comparando y decimos que algo o alguien se destaca dentro de un grupo. En los anteriores ejemplos utilizamos comparative forms para comparar dos cosas, dos personas, dos lugares. En este caso lo utilizamos para decir que es algo que se destaca dentro de un grupo. For example, the short adjective old changes to the oldest. Vamos a agregar da y vamos a agregar est al final. Young becomes the youngest because they have one syllable, okay? Una sílaba, da and est. When we have consonant, vowel, consonant, okay? Cuando el adjetivo termina en consonante, vocal, consonante, we add a double consonant, okay? Big becomes the biggest. Hot becomes the hottest. In the short adjective ending in Y, we have easy becomes the easiest. Heavy becomes the heaviest. Okay? And when we have long adjectives, we use the most and the long adjective. Okay? El adjetivo lo dejamos igual. For example, exciting becomes the most exciting. Beautiful becomes the most beautiful. In the regular adjectives, we have good and bad, okay? Good changes to the best, bad changes to the worst, okay? You have to memorize this, okay? Hay que aprendérselos. We use the before the superlative form of the adjective. John is the tallest. A Ferrari is the most expensive car, okay? John es el más alto, okay? El Ferrari es el carro más caro, okay? De todos. The most expensive car. Here we have other examples. Big Ben is old. The tower is older than Big Ben. This is a comparative. The pyramids are older than the tower. This is a comparative. And the pyramids are the oldest. This is a superlative, okay? Here you can see how they can change from a regular adjective to superlatives. So here we have the superlatives. And you have here an extra practice that you can do later and check. For example, we can try to make comparisons and make sentences using comparatives and superlatives. For example, the fruit is healthier than the fries. Or we can say, in this case, the bike is slower than the car. Or we can use a superlative. The bike is the slowest. Okay. Here you have other adjectives that you can use to explain or to practice. For example, the car is more comfortable than the bike. Or the car is the most comfortable, right? These are questions for you to study and review the subjects, right? The different topics from comparative and superlative. Now, another topic that is important to take into account in the chapter number 2 is the third conditional. Okay, we have another conditional. I will show you. The third conditional here for you to see the examples and have it more clear. For example, the form is if, past perfect, would have, and past participle. Okay, if significa sí. Past perfect, recuerden que es had, el auxiliary had, más el pasado participio, el verbo de pasado participio. Luego tenemos la segunda parte de la oración que sería would have and el past participle. Nada más para recordar, el pasado participio es la tercera columna de los verbos irregulares. Ahí está el pasado participio. ¿Ok? También podría empezar al revés. Would have primero, luego past participle, luego if y luego past perfect. Okay, past perfect is have más pasado participio. Okay, here we have one example in purple. If I had owned a car, I would have driven to work. Si yo hubiera tenido un carro, yo hubiera manejado al trabajo. But I didn't own one. So I took the bus. Okay. Yo hubiera manejado el carro si hubiera tenido. Entonces, vean que es el had owned, el pasado, el past perfect, es si hubiera tenido, I would have driven, lo habría manejado al trabajo. ¿Ok? Son situaciones imaginarias, hipotéticas, cuando nos referimos al pasado. Hubiera, yo hubiera. ¿Ok? Another example is that you can use might or could. En vez de would, podríamos usar might or could. If you had studied harder, you might not have failed the test. Si hubiera estudiado más, no hubiera fallado el examen. Okay. So we're talking about imaginary situations. Okay. For example, here in A and B, in a question, what would you have done if you had won the lottery last week? I would have bought a house. ¿Qué hubiera hecho si hubiera ganado la lotería la semana pasada? Hubiera comprado una casa. Por eso tenemos el would y luego would have y luego bought, que sería el pasado participio. Como les decía, eso es un verbo irregular. El verbo irregular de buy, que estaría en la primera columna. En la segunda columna tenemos los de pasado simple y en la tercera columna, los verbos irregulares, tenemos el pasado participio, que sería bought. I would have bought a house. Okay. More examples. If I had won the lottery, I would have bought a car. Si hubiera ganado la lotería, habría comprado un carro. If I had had more time, I would have traveled to Europe. Si hubiera tenido más tiempo, habría viajado a Europa. Okay? So basically, this is the third conditional. Now, we're going to see the future for will and be going to, that is the future simple, okay? In the future simple, I will show you this. These examples for you to have it more clear, like a clear way. What is the difference between will and going to? Will and the base of the verb. For example, will go, for example. In these examples, we have, I will help you, le voy a ayudar. She will call me when I arrive. Ella me va a llamar cuando yo llegue. And be going to, we have the verb to be, going to, and the base verb. He is going to spend his vacation in London. Él va a pasar sus vacaciones en Londres. I'm going to be an actor when I grow up. Voy a ser un actor cuando crezca. Okay, for example, we use will to express voluntary actions. I'm really hungry. I will make some sandwiches. Okay, voy a hacer algunos sándwiches. We use will to express a promise. I promise I will not tell him about the surprise party. Also to express spontaneous decisions. The phone is ringing. I will answer. For example, when we use requests or questions, pedidos o favores, will you please help me do my homework? Or when we use probably, possibly, perhaps, I'm sure, I expect, I will probably get there by car. Also, when be is in this sentence, we can use will be. When we talk about plans, I will be in London tomorrow. Also, we have the uses of be going to. I am going to buy a new car next year. The weather tomorrow will be sunny. You are going to be a famous artist. Okay, when we have predictions, we can use will or going to. And when we talk about evidence, like we know, cuando estamos bien seguros, podemos utilizar going to. Look at those dark clouds in the sky. It is going to rain soon. Sabemos que va a llover, okay? It is going to rain soon. Here are some time expressions that you can use: tomorrow, soon, next year, next week, in 5 minutes, in 2 hours, later today. Okay, so you can see different examples for the future. I'll go to the market tomorrow. Don't worry, he will be here soon. There will be another meeting next month. I will return in 2 hours. I will finish my report later today. And here we have the form. Will with all the personal pronouns, subject pronouns, the verb, and the rest of the sentence. I'm sure he will succeed on the test. The negative form, the subject, will not, won't, the verb, and the rest of the sentence. He will not do it again. And we have yes, no questions. Will, subject, the verb, and the rest of the sentence. Will he come to visit us tomorrow? And when we have WH words, will, subject, and the verb. Where will you study when you finish school? Okay, empezamos con will porque es un auxiliar, okay? Por eso empezamos will y luego el sujeto. Who, what, will, the verb, and the rest of the sentence. Who will come to help you? And we have the form of be going to. The subject pronouns, am, is, are. You have to study the verb to be. Recuerden la conjugación. Going and the verb. He's going to spend his vacation in Aleph. And the negative form. I am, he, she is, we, you, they are, not, going to, and the verb. Sarah isn't going to visit her aunt on Friday. Okay, here we have yes, no questions. We start with the verb to be, porque son un auxiliar, am, is, or are, subject, going to, and the verb. Are you going to be a teacher? Or WH word, am, is, are, subject, going to, and the verb. Where are you going to spend your weekend? Who, what, is, going to, and the verb. Who is going to speak at the lesson? Okay. So basically, these are the difference between will and going to. And finally, we're going to see some words that you have in the unit that are both, either, and neither, okay? So here you can see, for example, both. In positive verbs, one and the other, both significa ambos, okay? Both of the students passed the exam. Both of them passed the exam. They both passed it. They were both happy. Okay, ambos, uno y el otro. In either positive or negative verbs, one or the other. Either podríamos traducirlo como cualquiera. Okay, for example, number one, either Sue or her sister has been here. Cualquiera, Sue o su hermana han estado aquí. You can fish from either side of the river. Usted puede pescar en cualquier lado del río. Either of the cars is a good purchase. Cualquiera de los carros es una buena compra. Choose one of the cars. Either of them is okay. Escoja uno de los carros. Cualquiera de ellos está bien. And finally, we have neither. Positive verbs, not one or the other. Okay. For example, neither es cuando decimos ninguno o ni uno ni el otro. For example, neither Sue nor her sister has been here. Ni Sue ni su hermana ha estado aquí. Neither candidate is a good option. Neither of the candidates is a good option. Ninguno de los candidatos es una buena opción. I like neither of them. No me gusta ninguno de ellos. Es decir, ponen I like en afirmativo porque neither funciona como un negativo. Entonces, no me gusta ninguno de ellos. I like neither of them. Okay, so basically we are ending this meeting. And let me see. Okay, basically we finished with the main contents for the evaluation. Okay, I hope that now it is clear for you and that you can study the contents for next evaluation. So this is all. And I hope that you have clear the contents. So thank you very much and see you later. Bye.